Well, good morning. I was reading an article about the Biden administration suddenly reversed their idea of opening public land for sale to private individuals, I guess, because of a GOP standing up against it. Well, I've been listening and heard all this stuff about polarity in this country and democracy. Well, there has been so much criminal corruption of the Constitution of the United States of America that it doesn't really, there's nothing can be said. I mean, we got all kinds of problems, and this idea about the public land is one of them. There was another article about how the Forest Service just denied a permit for some place, I guess it was Utah, to build a coal train railroad. Now, Forest Service, BLM, public land, federal land. That's all a bunch of hooey. Homeless U.S. citizens that can't find a place to park a trailer, can't find a place to build a tar paper shanty that they can get. Okay? You go back and look. Originally, that union back there was set up under the Constitution of the United States. We the people. Nowadays, whatever the figure is, 330 million or thereabouts, are legal citizens of the United States. However, if you look at how many people actually are trying to destroy the Constitution, the supreme law of the land, out of that 330 million people, you're going to be scared about how few will be left as legal, really honest, patriotic U.S. citizens. There's a whole bunch of them congressmen back there that aren't upholding their oath of office to support and defend the Constitution. That president sitting back there. Now, check out, go read what the president's oath of office is, and then look closely at what he's saying and doing. Tell me, where does that fit in? Back in the 1700s, you know that word state? Capital S-T-A-T-E. And we started out in a union of 13 states. Capital S-T-A-T-E-S. That word meant country, nation, sovereign, and independent. There were 13 of them. There came along a civil war. Now, people sit and they talk about it was all about slavery. Well, that John Brown was a terrorist. Them abolitionists, in a lot of ways, were terrorists. We got the same problem nowadays. I say they were wrong to have slaves. But the culture in 1800, the 1800 world, was to have slaves. The culture in a good part of the world's countries now still has slavery. The United States, you get to looking at all this human trafficking and everything, all this sex trafficking and such. We still got slavery. They don't enforce the amendment to the U.S. Constitution that outlawed slavery. So I got all kinds of problems with these people. They're not patriotic U.S. citizens. They do not defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States, my country. See, now I get a little agitated over this. And this polarity thing and this democracy thing, they're both wrong. That Congress back there doesn't have any right to make up some law that does not include my opinion and the opinion of 330 million plus or minus other people. That Congress back there. Now, the state of California has every right to do all that stuff that Brown and that Newsom and everything putting into them, because they vote for it. They got the power, they got the number of voters and everything, and they're in democracy. But if they considered liberty like the federal government is supposed to, that federal government wouldn't pass any of these totalitarian laws that tyrants and dictators love, because it's none of their business. Public land, go read the Constitution, look at original intent, look when Jefferson arranged that purchase with Napoleon for the Louisiana Purchase. Look at that war that the President of the United States caused with Mexico, because there was a argument over when they got Texas into the Union. The United States said the Rio Grande was the border. The Mexican government said the Nueces River was the border. It hadn't been figured out. The United States sent cavalry into that disputed area between them two rivers. The Federales for Mexico shot at and they had a battle between the U.S. cavalry and the Federales. 12 U.S. cavalrymen got killed. The president went to Congress. Your American blood shed on American soil. It was in dispute. It hadn't been settled. Congress declared war. Now, you had a bunch of these fine guys, Ulysses S. Grant, Robert E. Lee, Sheridan, a whole bunch of them guys. I don't know if that smart guy that got himself killed up there in Custer's Last Stand was there, but they was all in that army. They had this fine standing United States Army that went down and pushed into Mexico, Veracruz and everywhere, and killed a bunch of farmers and kids that stood up as to stop them from coming in. Mexico didn't have an army to compete with the United States, so it was the farmers and the kids and that was trying to protect their own territory. Well, we wound up with all of California and all this other stuff out there, everything west of the Louisiana Purchase came into ownership of the United States when the war was settled. See, now you go back and start checking this stuff. Them politicians back there, it has been a corrupt setup. Started before the Congress and Andrew Jackson passed the Indian Removal Act, which was totally unconstitutional. Check it out. That Trail of Tears should have never happened. It was caused by corruption, lust for gold that was found in Georgia and some areas, lust for good land that the Cherokee had to farm on. Check it out. Read, study, find out, then learn why corruption has screwed up everything. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later. May God bless you.